What's up YouTube? This is Lightning2288 here with another video, and basically this video is going to be, since I had that Craigslist haul in my last video and I do my videos every 2 weeks, it kind of pushed a lot of stuff back. So a lot of this stuff I've had for at least a month, and the majority of it of course is from Frank & Sons, as you guys know, and a couple of purchases from eBay, and some books that James, my good buddy James Omega, gave me. He upgraded some books and he gave me his other copies, so real appreciative of that. And I do got some newer books I picked up this week. I had another successful I guess Craigslist pickup, but it was only 10 books, but not kind of go through what I went through with that. It's a little story to that one as well, but I'll talk about that when I get to it. The first book here, I actually picked this one up at Frank & Sons, one of the vendors I normally go to. Happened to have it, and I've been wanting it for a while, and I've always wanted to read this one as a kid, but never could find it, and I kind of forgot about it, and then my friend that owns a booth at Frank & Sons actually got one in, and hit me up and told me he had it. So went there, picked it up, he gave me a good deal on it. It only cost me $8, and not a major key or anything, but The Death of Captain Marvel is like a must read. I really highly recommend picking this book up at least to read it. I mean, they're not that expensive. This, of course, it's a first print, and as you can see, it's in pretty good shape. And it cost me $8, but I think on eBay, at the most, you're gonna spend 10 to probably 20 bucks. Not that expensive, but highly recommend reading it. Really good read. And yeah, so that's the first book. And these next 4 books are actually books that Omega, or AKA James, gave me, and really appreciate it, buddy. And the first one he gave me was Fantastic Four 205. I think he showed this a couple videos back, maybe 2 to 3 videos back. This is the first appearance of the Nova Corps. Not a huge Nova fan, but still, like him, I'm into the first appearances, and it was free, so really can't complain. A real awesome book. Thanks, James. And the one I was really excited that he gave me, and really appreciative of it, was Amazing Spider-Man 149. Real awesome issue, and really nice grade, actually. I mean, the ones he got must have been like near mint, because I haven't had a chance to look at them. Usually we show each other the books we get, but these are really in really nice shape. So the ones he must have got must have been really like damn near mint. And the next one he gave me was Firestorm, the number 3. And first appearance of Killer Frost, another book that, I mean, the only issue with this book would be this little corner right here, a little rounding on the corners, but other than that, it's still a nice copy to have. And finally, I think he has like 2 or 3 issues of this, so he finally gave me one of his copies, the New Guardians number 2, finally have it. First appearance of Snowflame, or Crackhead, whatever, the villain that snorts coke, and I'm probably the last guy on YouTube to actually get this. I can never find it. I mean, this is the one book I was always looking for and never once found it. But he happened to give me a copy, so super happy, glad to have that off my list. Now let me start getting to my haul now. The first book at Frank & Sons that I picked up was, and this is most of these are from the dollar box. And the first one is Absolute Vertigo. And this is basically a preview of Preacher number 1. And I just picked it up just in case, I mean, you never know. Just like Malibu Sun, a preview of Spawn, and all that stuff. You never know. This book might skyrocket as well. But I noticed on eBay, they're actually, I don't know what they're selling for, but I know the asking prices for this book's around 24 bucks, 20 to 25 bucks, give or take. But I've even seen a few being bidded on, and they go up to around 10 to 15. So, like I said, you never know. I mean, still, only $1, so it's not like a big risk. But still, real good shape. And I don't know much about Preacher, so I'm probably gonna read it and see. I've been trying to hunt for Preacher books, but just no luck. I've been noticing a lot of people on YouTube finding those books really cheap. And the next, probably like 6, 7 shit, 8, 9 books. I don't know. They're all Flash related. Nothing major, but just little keys. And like I said, guys, I've had these for a month, so, and I didn't even know, you know, prior to me getting these that there was a Flash show even being made, because I really don't pay attention. I don't go on websites checking what movies or shows are coming out, so I was already picking these up. But the first one was Flash #1, and this was $1. This was in the dollar box, and this is when Wally West took over being. Well, this is where he took over. He started becoming the Flash in the Volume 2. So, real cool key to have, and like I said, $1. And if you see it in the wild, hell, just pick it up. It's still, you know, it's a key, and as you can see, in pretty good shape. But nothing spectacular. I mean, I've seen on eBay go for, you know, between $5 to $10, so no big deal. And another Flash book would be Flash #350, and this is basically the last issue of Volume 1, and this is the reunion with Iris West, because prior to this she was killed by Professor Zoom. So this is basically the last issue of Flash Volume 1, and Iris West coming back to life or whatever, met up with Flash. So it's still, you know, decent book. And like I said, you always want to pick up the last issue of a series. Usually they make a more limited print run of the last issue. But another dollar book that's in pretty good shape. And one I was real happy to get, and I suggest anybody that's a George Perez fan, and this is Flash #289. This is the first George Perez artwork at DC. Definitely any George Perez fans out there, definitely this be a book to pick up. And like I said, this was $1, so, you know, and I'm pretty sure you could pick these up pretty cheap. A real nice condition too, probably like a VF copy, so, but still for $1. And I'm a huge George Perez fan, so like I said, Flash #289. And one that, you know, now that the show is already confirmed for this fall, you never know, this might be a character that pops up. And this is a Flash #287, and this is another $1 book, and it's probably like another very fine copy. And the key to this issue is it's the first appearance of Alvin Desmond, and he is the second Dr. Alchemy, and he was the brother of the original Dr. Alchemy, Albert Desmond. So if you didn't know, Flash 287, first appearance of Alvin Desmond that became Dr. Alchemy #2. So just be on the lookout for that. And like I said, it's relatively cheap, but like I said, you never know. With the way shows are going, they're using everybody now, so it doesn't hurt to pick it up. And definitely if you find it in the wild, I'm pretty sure you're gonna find it for $1, a couple bucks at most. And next is Flash #275. Excuse me, guys. I was I'm kind of feeling under the weather. I got food poison earlier this week, and I've been sick all week. And I usually make my videos on Friday, but I was in urgent care Friday, so if I sound kind of out of it, it's because I'm on some kind of medication, because I got something from some bad meat. So, you know, sorry about that, and I wish I was able to upload Friday, but I'm trying to go through this right now, so I'm on some kind of medication, so I'm kind of loopy right now. But anyways, get back to the books. This is a Flash #275. And this is, to me, this is a real key issue for me. It's a death of Iris Allen. And in this issue, this is a Professor Zoom actually kills Iris. So another pretty significant Flash key, I think, in my opinion, especially with the show. You never know if they actually use a storyline that kind of relates to this book. I mean, hell, it would probably make a good episode of Professor Zoom killing his woman. So definitely be on the lookout for that one, Flash #275. And Flash #243. And this is the death of the Top, aka Roscoe Dillon. And I don't remember what video I showed it in. It was probably like 3 or 4 videos back when I showed the first appearance, and I wish I would have got it out to kind of show it together. But the first appearance of Golden Glider, I mentioned that she became the Golden Glider because she was engaged to the Top, and Flash killed him in battle, and that's how she became a villain. So definitely a key, and another kind of cool storyline that would be kind of cool on a television show or a couple episodes. But Flash 243, this is the death of the top. So definitely be on the lookout for that one. This is another book. These are all these Flash books I'm picking up. I showed so far are all dollar books, and this is another probably like a 6.5 copy, but still. Let me get these out of the way real quick, guys. And these next two, this is Flash 228 and Flash 179. And I'm showing them together because they kind of relate. This is where they first mention the Flash 179 is the first time they mention Earth Prime, and this is the second time they mention Earth Prime. And you know how DC is with their alternate universes. Basically, Earth Prime was basically our world where, you know, there was no such thing as superheroes. They were all fictional characters. So if you didn't know, and if you guys are into that, and you know, more heavy duty DC fans would know more than I would, but these are the first two issues where they kind of explain or kind of mention Earth Prime. So Flash 179 and Flash 228, definitely, you know, I mean minor keys, but still, if someone didn't know and they, you know, they're into the alternate realities or universes, might behoove you to pick these up. And both these books, I think the 179 cost me $3, and this one cost me a couple bucks, so not that big a deal. And they're both probably, you know, VF minus condition, so real happy to have them though still. And I've been trying to get into more Flash books, but just with the show now, they're just so damn expensive now. And like I said, I've been trying to change the way I collect, and since I had that amazing Craigslist haul, you know, it's kind of cut me back on getting my keys right away. But like I said, it's saving me money, so, you know, I'll wait longer to get keys if I could save the money. And like I said, guys, these are all from like a month back because that last Craigslist haul pushed all my videos back a little bit. But the next one is Flash 169, and this is just basically a new origin. They just kind of added stuff to his origin. So like I said, you know, I'm a sucker for origin stories and stuff like that. So another book that cost me, I think this one was actually a couple of dollars, and you can see there's some wear on it. But like I said, I don't care as long as I could get the keys for cheap. And you know, like, it's not a major key, but still, you know, added origins is always nice to have. And I think the last Flash book is Flash number 167. And this is when they added new facts about Flash's origin. So if you didn't know, Flash 167 is another, basically adding more stuff to his origin. So if you didn't know, Flash 167, and this is another book, this is a Silver Age book that cost me, I believe it was like $3. And like I said, you can tell it's not in that bad a shape. Real happy to have it. Get these out of the way now. And I think I've seen these next two books in KKN Comics, and that's what I like about the community. You always remember people's books they show in their videos, or you remember covers. And this is Amazing Spider-Man 212, and this is another book that I found in the dollar box. And this is a first appearance of Hydro Man. So real nice. You know, like I said, anything Spider-Man related, you know, especially if it's a first appearance, a villain's first appearance, anything, pick it up because his books are always expensive. But as you can see, a really nice copy. I mean, not like a huge major key issue, but still, nonetheless, still a first appearance. And Amazing Spider-Man 222, first appearance of Speed Demon, another book I found in the dollar box. Real happy to have it. And you know, like I said, this is probably another VF copy, so real happy. You know, especially for $1, hell, can't pass up key issues for $1. And one I found too, these are all dollar books actually. This is Giant Size Annuals, Amazing Spider-Man number 21, the marriage of MJ and Peter Parker. You know, not a major key, but just still something cool to have in your collection. And you know, my wife's into this kind of stuff, so you know, definitely kind of picked it up for her. So, but But like I said, you know, you can tell by the cover what the hell the key would be, but still. You know, this is a giant size annual Spider-Man number 21, the marriage of Peter Parker and MJ. And the next book is a book I've been wanting for a hell of a long time, and I've been talking about for years. Me and James always talk, you know, what keys we want, and I've always been hunting for this book, can never find it. Go on eBay, just don't want to pay the prices, to be quite honest, you know, because I've seen the prices. Most of the buy nows are $100, and I'm not willing to pay that much. And finally, the last time I was at Frank's, like a month ago, one of my vendors that I normally go to had it there, gave me a hell of a steal on it, I believe. And this is Ultimate Spider-Man number 1. I got this one for $30, and I know a lot of the buy nows are $100 on eBay. Gave me a hell of a deal. He didn't even put it on his wall. As soon as I got there, he took it out of one of his stacks that he had like under his like chair where he sits, and said, "I've been waiting for you," and he hooked me up. Gave it to him because last time I talked to him, this is the book I was telling him, if you ever get a hold of it, you know, save it for me and I'll come buy it. And he did it because I do spend quite a bit of money at his booth, so he really hooked me up. But as you can see, it's a real nice copy. I mean, you can see a little bit on that corner right there, but other than that, it's in real nice shape. This book's pretty expensive, and I guess the reason why it's expensive because, well, I assume it's rare because I couldn't find it. I was going all over the place, and then I went on a site saying there was only a print of 90,000 of this issue, so I guess it's pretty limited. But I'm just happy to have it. This is one of the books that I've constantly been talking about, and I'm just so stoked to have it. It's one of those books that, and it's funny too because a lot of people don't like the cover. I actually like the cover. But, you know, I've heard a lot of people that do show it in the few videos I have seen that they hate the cover, and I kind of dig it. But real happy to have it, you know, super stoked. Now, before I show my last, like, you know, couple of books, these next 10 are from a Craigslist ad that okay, as you know, I've been putting in an ad in Craigslist like wanted. I act like I'm a dealer saying I'll buy collections, you know, hit me up. I got a hit like on Tuesday night, and I want to give you some pointers on what to look out for. And basically, it was a woman that was selling books. And I'm not saying, oh, women don't know what they have. That's not what I'm saying. When I was talking to her, she basically was telling me that her husband cheated on her and boned out, left her. But he left his comics behind. So as soon as she said that, I was like, I'll be there Wednesday. So I went there Wednesday, and they only had like a long box, and it wasn't nothing. I was getting like, damn it, she don't have crap, you know, whatnot. Well, here, let me explain when let me show the first book I picked up. This is Swamp Thing number 10. Just an awesome Bernie Wrightson cover. You know, anything he does to me is just freaking awesome. You can see really nice shape. And while I'm going through the boxes, not finding nothing, you know, she's just telling me stories of what her husband did. And well, I guess it's better than me having to stand around posing with spears and all that crap. But anyways, she's telling me that all men are pigs. They all cheat. You know, I hate men, you know, and whatever. And I'm like, and she kept asking me, do you cheat? Are you married? I said, yeah, I'm married. Do you cheat? No, I don't cheat on my wife. Well, she said, eventually you will, because all men are dogs and cheat. And I'm just kind of like, you know, trying to be Dr. Phil with her here, and just like, you know what, let me just get through these books and get the hell out of here. And not only that, I was kind of worried while I was going through the books, like, would it be shitty if I'm going through this crap and then freaking her ex-husband or her soon-to-be ex-husband comes rolling up looking for his comics. So I'm actually just in a hurry. So as I'm finally coming to an end through her long box, I said, there's really nothing. I kind of just say, I have all these issues. I really can't do it. Well, she says, well, my husband, or my soon-to-be ex-husband, was a huge Swamp Thing fan, and he keeps those books. He kept them in separate. And I'm like, okay, let me look at those. And the first one she pulls out, and these 10 issues were all on top loaders. So this is Swamp Thing number 10. Swamp Thing number 9, and as you can see, another nice copy. Really nice. You know, these are like probably out of the next, 10 or these 10 issues I'm going to show you, they're all probably nothing under 7.0. And this is Swamp Thing number 8. Another beautiful cover, man. I just love that cover. The colors, how it's the black, and then the black is black too. But another nice book. And Swamp Thing number 7. I always wanted this one. This one's actually getting pretty pricey. I just think it has something to do with freaking Batman being on the cover. But check out the yellow. Just how it's used the yellow and the black. It's just a beautiful, beautiful book. Swamp Thing number 6. And you guys are getting the routine here. You know what's about to come. But this is another all these 10 issues are Bernie Wrightson, but just phenomenal covers. And like as you can see, another nice high grade copy. Swamp Thing number 5. Beautiful, beautiful cover. And as you can see, let me just pull it up here a little bit. You can see real nice. These are real nice Swamp Thing covers. And I was just like super stoked because I'm, as I'm looking through these, I'm like, thank God he likes Swamp Thing. And Swamp Thing number 4. And as I'm going through this, it's just, I guess just a warning to the fellas out there, man. Just if you got a woman, like, I don't believe in cheating. Once you get married, I love my wife. I'll never think about cheating on her, but to each his own. But like I said, if you have a collection and you happen to cheat on your wife, or vice versa, this is what could happen, man. While she was telling me what was going on, I had a buddy years ago, right after we graduated high school, and I graduated in '96, so like maybe a year or two after we graduated, this guy had one of the most phenomenal collections I've ever seen. And had a real nice girl. We all liked her and everything. He started cheating on her. And she found out, but didn't let him know until one day he was at work. He came home. He had 10 boxes sitting in his front yard. She put lighter fluid to them and lit the whole thing on fire. And I'm not talking he had fillers. He had Daredevil 1 to the current at that time. He had X-Men 1, Avengers 4. He had almost every major key issue. Hulk 181, giant size, all that was gone because he wanted to be unfaithful, and that's where it got. So just a warning out there, guys. And it's funny, let me get to the next one. Swamp Thing number 3, another beautiful cover. But like, it was funny because I came home and I told my wife what happened. This woman was cheated on, and her husband, this, and she's selling off his collection. And I was kind of like, and she kind of looked at me and she said, if you ever cheat on me, I'm gonna rip up all your shit. And I was like, you know what? It was weird because she kind of laughed. I kind of stood up, put my chest out, and said, you know what? Don't ever talk about my comics like that. Like they were like people, I was defending them and stuff. But like I said, I love my wife. She's the best. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be able to collect the way I collect. And but like I said, guys and women out there, if you're unfaithful and your significant other finds out and knows how much you love your books, this is what could happen. And someone could be selling off your shit or burning your shit for really cheap. But this is Swamp Thing number 3, and I'll get to the price at the end. And you can see another pretty high grade copy. The only thing is a little crease right here, but other than that, really nice copy. Swamp Thing number 2, another beautiful, man. Every one of these covers is nice, and as you can see, there's a few spine ticks. This is probably the worst one of the bunch. Like I said, still pretty decent, probably mid grade copy, but still happy to have it. And the one I'm super stoked to have, and I let a few go on eBay because I thought they got too pricey. This is Swamp Thing number 1. And as you can see, there's a couple of ticks right here, but other than that, really nice copy. Super happy to have it. Especially it goes perfect with my House of Secrets 92. And for these 10 issues, I got the whole lot for 30 bucks. So basically $3 an issue, and I know for a fact that this book alone is probably like $50 to $60. So super happy. Not a huge Craigslist haul, but still another one that paid off. Super happy to have it. And I know I mentioned in the comments on my last video that I had a couple of people I was meeting. It fell through. It wasn't that successful. But like I said, you're gonna strike out more than you hit a home run. But like to me, this was like at least, I think it was a home run for me. The first 10 issues of Swamp Thing for $3 an issue. Super happy to have it. And let me just get these out the way. And these last two were eBay purchases. And this next one I'm going to show you, I always wanted it, just never. The buy now prices are actually absurd and ridiculous. The auction prices are decent, but I was on a wait on it. But now that the rumor that I heard, someone told me that The Rock could be playing Black Adam or Green Lantern. As soon as I heard that, I'm like, dude, I can't wait on this book. I need to pick it up now, because if I don't, then I'm going to have to pay double or triple if it is confirmed. This is a Green Lantern number 87, first appearance of John Stewart, and I always wanted this book. It had nothing to do with a rumor of a movie or nothing, but once someone told me that, because I was waiting on this book, I was kind of like, I kept losing it in auction, but it's always been on my watch list. But, as you can see, it's not as wide as it should be. It's a little bit browning, but overall pretty decent shape. And I'm just happy it's finally off my hit list. And this book I'd probably give it like a 5.0. And it cost me, I believe it was, it's like 35, 40 bucks. So super happy to have it. And I just went ahead and went for it, because I'm like, I don't want to miss the boat on this. And totally, once it's announced, the next thing you know, I'm going to have to spend $150. And the final book of my video, one I'm super happy to have. I've been wanting it for a long time. Finally won one in auction, believe it or not. And this is Tales of Suspense 50. This is the first appearance of Mandarin. Super stoked. This, and like I said, guys, I take my time when I want certain keys, and I'll tell you how long. I've been trying to get this for 2 years. And like I said, I put budgets in my head of what to spend, and I never go over my budget. If I don't win it, I don't win it. Eventually, there was one that popped up in auction like a little over a month ago, and it ended up going for, I believe, 60 bucks. And as you can see, it's in pretty decent shape. You can see the little spine ticks. But overall, it's not in that bad a shape. And I've seen these grades go for well over $100. I've seen 2 O's sell for $120, $130. So it's a real pricey book. And that'll do it for my video, guys. I really appreciate, all the comments, all the watching, all the views, all the subs. And I got one more stack to go through, and I'll be making a contest video. I'm trying to put together, some decent prizes. So let me get through one more video, and I'll definitely be having a contest. So keep an eye out for that, and I appreciate it. Lightning out.